there. Welcome to this week's episode of Performance Café. It's good to be back with the second episode for this year. And today I've got a topic for you that is literally topical. And that is the stop-start nature of 2021. So I think, we all went on holiday and thought, okay, we were going to go and relax and come back, and hopefully, we'd be in a better place than we left off in 2021. And lo and behold, then we had in South Africa a second resurgence of COVID, and it is incredibly virulent. It's not as deadly, but it is really making a huge impact on people's lives. And so now we are back to level 3 lockdown. And although business can still go on, people can still get to work, it's not like it's level 5. We do feel like this hesitancy about getting going. So, for example, one of the things that I've noticed is our schools only open beginning of Feb instead of mid-Jan. And so some people have decided that they're not going to get back to the office that soon because they have to, or back to work, at least not the office, but get back to work so soon because they still have the kids with them and they're home keeping them busy and enjoying a little bit more family time. And as frustrating as this is, and I know we're going to get to a point where we will kick in again, I think that there's a major possibility that this is going to be the year of stop and start and stop and start and stop and start. And I think it's very frustrating for people who, well, let's face it, many of us are trying to make up for what we lost last year. Some people are trying to save businesses. Some people are just trying to, find employment. So they need us to prosper so that they have places to work. And so my challenge is, how do we start? How do we get into the habit that how do we get into the fact that this is going to become a bit of a habit and that we might face this for quite a portion of the year? I think the best way of dealing with it is build, stop, start into your operations. What does stop mean? Maybe we ask the question that, first of all, what does it mean to stop? Does it mean absolute dead stop? Does it mean 3/4 of the business can't carry on, so the rest can't either? Does it mean, it just slows down significantly and then comes back, slows down and comes back? I was speaking to a personal trainer yesterday and he said he's back to 50% of the people that he used to have. But that's still a heck of a lot better than in lockdown when he had no clients because we weren't allowed to go into gyms. So I think instead of us buying into this, I can't plan anything because it's going to be stop-start. Let's understand what stop-start means in our businesses. Then next, I think let's see which of our services and our products are not going to be impacted by that. And maybe focus more on that this year. Or become really innovative and see those things that are impacted by stop-start. How do we change, morph, work differently, or pivot in order to be able to still deliver that service or product, but so that if we do have to go into more of a lockdown, if we do see more of an impact on the way that we can run our businesses, that we actually have an alternative plan. And then I think, and this is difficult for most of us, I think more is less. Take the pressure off by reducing products and services to those that we know are going to be the most profitable, are going to be the best for what everyone needs right now and will be most needed. The reason for this is that very often, we build businesses over years. And a personal learning for me is that, yes, I have many skills, many talents, many, a friend of mine would call them naughty badges, many accreditations. But let's come back to what is the core of the business so that we don't spend time fretting about trying to save something. And actually, it might not be the most important part of the business. So I hope that you found this useful. I hope that this plan helps you to get ready for 2021. And as always, if you've liked this message, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. I would love to make 100 subscribers or more soon. And then I would also like to thank you for following us on Facebook and LinkedIn. And please comment there. We'd love to hear from you. Share these as much as you can. And I'd love to hear of any topics that you would like to have covered. during this time. And I hope to see you soon with our first coffee companion for 2021. Until then, I hope you have a fabulous week, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.